Welcome back to Revolutionizing Your Ride. My name is Hunter Smith. This is the video series where we talk all things commercial EV. Today what we're talking about is thermal management of the batteries. Making sure that we're operating the batteries at the right temperature so that we're getting maximum output and maximum life from the batteries. So a Battle Motors vehicle uses lithium iron phosphate batteries, and the optimal operating temperatures for lithium iron phosphate batteries are between 32 degrees and 113 degrees, right? So if you're operating the truck and the ambient temperature outside is on one side or the other of that operation span, we have a chiller system slash heat pump system that is a plate that mounts underneath the batteries that uses coolant to circulate through it, and it'll work as a heat pump in extreme cold situations, and it will work as a chiller in extreme heat situations. So we got to learn how to manage those batteries, right? So when you're operating it, no problem. That system's working. You shouldn't have any issues with that. When you've got it parked over the weekend, it's just important for you to take into consideration what that weather is going to be and leave your battery disconnects turned on. And if you do that, then your chiller system will continue to operate even if the key's not in the ignition. So you might be saying to yourself, well, it's going to run down my battery over the weekend. Well, it shouldn't use that much power, but we're probably also plugged into a charging system when we're not operating this truck, and you'll hear that system come on and hum at you, and that's what that is. So if you have the system plugged in when you're not using it, even in extreme temperatures, you shouldn't have a problem. If you're operating the truck and you've properly maintained your cooling system, you shouldn't have a problem. Now, if you go home for the weekend and you turn all of the battery disconnects off and you leave and there happens to be a blizzard out there, well, you're going to have a problem. So what happens to the batteries is the chemical reactions inside the battery lead to degradation. Basically, that's what it is. So in extreme heat situations, that can be what we call a thermal runaway event, where that's how you get fires. In extreme cold situations, that's how the batteries just lose a lot of power and they degrade faster. Now, you're probably never going to find yourself in a situation where it gets hot enough, long enough for your truck to just combust. But theoretically, that's possible. It would take a pretty extreme temperature to be able to do that kind of damage to it. But either way, if you have it plugged into a charging system, then that thermal management system is going to be able to run as the battery charges. And even if you just leave your battery disconnects on and you're not charged, that system is still going to manage itself. So that's what that means. Those are the operating temperatures. So if you're operating in a place like Idaho or Canada, I don't really think you should have a problem if you're maintaining your system. So there's my email right down there. If you want to learn more about this system or any of the other systems on this truck, feel free to send me a message. If you want to explore what it would take for your city or municipality to get involved in the EV garbage trucks or any other kind of truck for that matter, I'd be happy to help you. And remember, Battle Motors also sells diesel and CNG trucks during this transition period, so we got you covered. Thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.